name is Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life Coaching and Healing, and today we will be talking about the new moon in Libra, which happens in the beginning of October. Have you been feeling that something has been brewing, something you can't quite put your finger on, like the silence before the storm? That's been happening with the planets just before the Libra. So have you been focusing maybe on any of these following things? Your habits, your health, your diet, any order or any routines that you normally do? Any practical matters maybe? Have you been focusing on that? Or have you been feeling a bit anxious or overthinking things or worrying about things? That's possible too. It's all happening just before the new moon in Libra. So the new moon in Libra brings with it enjoyment, pleasure, creativity, relating, balance, harmony, that sort of stuff. They all have a sense of renewal, a sense of more adventure. Is it renewal and adventure instead of emotional depths? Or is it because we have gone into those emotional depths with the full moon in Pisces a fortnight ago? Because that's very possible that now, because we've gone into that deep emotional stuff, that we now have a sense of renewal and adventure, especially with enjoyment, pleasure, creativity, relating to yourself, your inner self, relating to others, finding balance and harmony. Obviously that's the Libra. So we're talking about relationships a lot and relating. That is relating to your inner self, to yourself as a whole as well. How do you connect and how do you communicate in your relationships? How do you relate? Where do you find balance? How do you find balance? That's, at the moment, that's a really good question to think about, because the more you can work on that right now, the better it will serve you for the next nearly 3 months. Sorry, I had to think about that. So take time to really listen to each other and to really check in with each other, what you mean, what you're talking about, what motivates you, what keeps you occupied, why you do the things you do. Really listen and really check in with each other so you understand, so you get that balance and that harmony with yourself as well as all of your friends, your romantic relationship, your family, everything, anything that you can relate to and with. Work on any of the triggers that you feel you still have, because we started that work a fortnight ago, just over a fortnight ago, and all the triggers are your reaction to something. So something happens, you have a reaction to it. What you can do is work out what action you can take so that you don't have that reaction to that particular trigger anymore. Good idea. Do it. Do you have the opportunity for engaging deeper honesty with yourself, within yourself, to yourself, as well as with others? Very important, a deeper honesty. Honor your feelings, honor your intuition, honor your body. It's worth it. It's worth looking into all of that and really seeing where you're already honoring your feelings, your intuition and your body, and where you don't. Then you can work on it. Awareness is the key. Say what you would normally not allow yourself to say. So what situations do you get yourself in and normally you don't say anything? Now is the time to allow yourself to say what you need to say. Always come from the heart, always speak with love, and say it. Uplift the way you relate. Seriously, if you engage that deeper honesty, if you're able to say anything you normally don't say, allow yourself to say it from the honest way, from the heart, you really uplift the way you relate, and your relationships with anybody and yourself will get so much better. Next is find out when you feel jaded, stuck, rejected, angry, or powerless. Because to be honest, that is a limitation for you to be your own limitless being, and also it is lowering your vibrations. Just skipping this bit. Have you found your limitations? Are your limitations only when you feel jaded, stuck, rejected, angry, or powerless, or do you have other limitations that you've put upon yourself? Have a good think about that. And what is lowering your vibrations apart from those? Because then you can do something about it and change it. Now is the time to take action. Not only think about these things, actually take action and change what is not working for you anymore. Take that action. Find out what the action is. Go inside yourself. Take your time. Take care of yourself. Do anything and speak anything, but from the heart. You matter, and put yourself first now. That's a very powerful message. Let's go back to this. Find out when you feel jaded, stuck, rejected, angry, or powerless, because those things and more can throw you off balance. And with the Libra, we're actually looking for balance. So come back to your center so you are in balance. Ask your heart and trust your gut, like what I said. Keep radiating love every single day to yourself, to your surroundings, and to other people. We are all struggling with something. Seriously, I don't think there's anybody that does not struggle with something. We are all conquering something. And the main thing is your truth will lead you to your freedom. So take care of yourself. Do and speak from the heart. You matter. Put yourself first now. With the new moon in Libra, take time out for yourself and balance any of the inner and external events. Anything that happens within you, like the triggers that we talked about earlier, and otherwise any external events that come at you, any external information that comes at you. Balance it out for yourself so that you feel at harmony, at peace. So, for example, if you get a bit anxious, take time out. Make sure you lay down for a bit or something. Come back to yourself. That's what we mean with take time for yourself. You got to look after yourself in this day and age. How much has your mind changed over the last 2 years? Can you think back to how you were about 2 years ago and what you're like now? What have you been filling your mind with over the last 2 years? Have you been filling your mind with balance and harmony? I do hope so. A bit of meditation, all that helps. Make compromises to find your balance and harmony. Take time out. Even if you're busy, just say no. I don't want to be on Zoom or on a call or going out, whatever your situation is. Take time to come back to yourself. Do a bit of meditation or just be on your own for a little bit. You might feel a little bit like a counselor for others. That seems to be happening round about the new moon in Libra. The funny thing is, same with what was happening earlier, it's a mirror effect. Whatever is coming at you is actually something that you could probably work on yourself. universe and everything has got a really funny way of putting things in your path so that you can learn from it, so that you can be aware of it, so you can actually do something with it. But if you feel like somebody comes to you, or you go for a walk with somebody and they just say their stuff, then afterwards you might just think, oh yeah, I helped my friend out, that's all good, whatever. But if you actually stop and think, like, okay, what did my friend need help with? Do I need help with that? Am I able to help myself in the way that I've helped my friend? Maybe on a slightly different subject, or, you know, not everybody's situation is the same, obviously. So, yeah, have a good think about it and see what was being mirrored back to you. I've been doing it for some time and it's quite interesting. Right, new things. Work with any ideas, any writing. Do a lot of automatic writing. That comes real easy on a new moon, especially in Libra. Do work with communication. Do work with information. So communication is how you relate to others, that sort of stuff that we discussed earlier. And information, make sure you run everything past your heart and your instinct and see what your truth is, because that's how you get your freedom. You are strong within yourself. I think I mentioned that on the full moon in Pisces as well. Find a happy medium. Have clear emotional boundaries, because we went quite deep with the Pisces. The full moon shone a light on a lot of emotional stuff. So hopefully by now, you've had a fortnight, you've got some really good emotional boundaries. Then we have new beginnings, of course, because it's a new moon. It's also the new beginning of an astrological cycle, because the Pisces was the last one. So there's a new cycle that has started now, and what do you want? What do you want to attract? Go for it. Seek more balance in your life, more love, more beauty, because all that comes with more gratitude and more appreciation and more being in awe. Because the more you get that, the more you attract back into your life. So seek more balance, more love, more beauty, while still meeting your own needs. You will meet more of you, and I actually quite like that because of the mirror thing. The more you have balance, the more you have beauty, the more you have love, the more that comes to you. So the more people that feel the same way, that think the same way, that do the same way as you will come into your life. Watch this space, that's for sure. Next thing is a focus. We are focusing. We are actually taking action. There may be a change in direction. Libra stands for more justice and more fairness, and that will always prevail eventually. I did hear some stuff in the news, because I don't watch the news. So I did hear some stuff, and apparently some of this stuff is coming out, and it's come out around about the new moon in Libra, funny enough. So the energies are definitely changing, and stay hopeful, stay focused on love, and communicate with love, relate with love. About 4 days after the new moon, lots of potent astrological energy is around, and there's something happening in the planets, and you will have a much lighter feeling. Be aware, it's nothing to be scared of, but be aware of the power of your emotions, because emotions are energy in motion. Same with trigger, reaction. Right, until New Year's Eve, there's a very busy energy. It's a very productive energy. So whatever you want in your life, you have to start now. Set your intent now. It's very important, because of the productivity and the busyness that whatever is happening, it's the most powerful, the most potent of the whole of the last 2 years. So use this time wisely. So the 4 days after the new moon, we have some questions for you. How have you transformed in the last 20 months? That's the same as how much has your mind changed? How much have you transformed? What have you been filling your mind with as looking after yourself, taking care of yourself? Is there anything, not necessarily people, is there anything that had to die to be reborn? So is there something that you finished for something to restart again? What did you leave behind? What did you release? What did you let go of? Where did you lose or gain power? Similar to what we mentioned earlier with if you're feeling jaded, where you're losing your energy. Where do you lose or where do you gain power? What are your beliefs now? And how have you grown with your awareness and your consciousness? So the months leading up to New Year's Eve, there's some of the busiest and most productive energy happening of the last 2 years. Question the things that don't sit well with you. Don't just follow the masses. Follow your inner guidance. I'm not saying don't do what they're saying. Just check in with yourself, follow your inner guidance, and you'll be far happier because you'll be stronger within yourself. You don't have to stand on a rooftop and shout it out, but treat everybody with respect, treat yourself with respect, go within and find the answers to whatever your gut says doesn't sit right. So then, the end of October, things will be moving forward a lot faster. So set your intentions now with the new moon. The new moon is all about new beginnings, and this one is also about new cycles. So where do you need more balance? Where do you need more peace? Where do you need more harmony? What do you value in your life? Attract more of that. Same with the people. You attract more of you when basically what you put out comes back to you in a variety of different ways. So be conscious, be aware, be mindful. And then anxiety and worry will fade away eventually. The more mindful, the more peaceful you are. That's all for me right now. Enjoy your day. It's a beautiful day here today, and I will see you again in a fortnight with the next full moon, which is another release. So whatever limitations come up that we talked about earlier, write them down during the fortnight so that you can release them at the full moon. And now focus on what you want to give out so that you can receive back. That's all for me right now. Take care. Yvonna from Enjoy Your Life. Please subscribe to my channel, check out my website, and have a look at my Patreon. Thank you. Bye-bye.